Americans are far better at creating mainstream online spaces to discuss things like politics, discuss things like woke culture and the shit that's going on in all these different states and all these different places. You know, Twitter is going crazy with the whole Minnesota thing right now, you know, and it's all over and everyone can see videos and clips from everyone and everything. CCTV, people with phones, body cams, and you talk about it and people share it and people make videos about it. That culture does not exist in Europe. It does not. Whatever happens in Europe stays there. There's no big online talking culture of people meeting in a town square to discuss the truth behind these events. Whatever's happening in Europe, like France or Germany, mainly because all these countries speak different languages and it's very, very difficult to communicate what's happening to everyone else in the world. And well, everyone else in Europe. You know? Whatever is happening in Germany is going to be expressed and conveyed in German. France aren't going to be as invested in that because Germany is not France. Whereas, you know, Texas and Minnesota are both America. That's, you know, it's a shared interest. Whereas, you know, Europe is not the same. It's so splintered. People don't give a fuck about each other, even though under the entirety of Europe is under this commie attack, this communist attack. There's no culture online of people talking about it because we don't share the same languages. We don't share the same culture. It's different everywhere. Even though we're all suffering the same problems, we're disconnected because we're not the same culture. We don't speak the same language. It's so tough. This whole online collective digital town square where we discuss all of the events that are happening in our continent of Europe or in the UK doesn't really exist. It's fringe groups on Facebook. That's it. That's it. There's no like mainstream centralized discussion about the truth of what's really happening. There's really no, especially in mainland UK, there's no content creators who are willing to put themselves on the front line and make content about it and call out the opposition, because the opposition might have you arrested or even killed. And this is honestly this is the truth of this. There's at least 3 different British content creators that make videos exposing Keir Starmer and the Labour government, and they all wear masks. I think there's 3, maybe more, because if they find out you're saying this stuff, if they find out that you're complicit in creating a resistance to Labour, or if they find out that you're in any way saying anything negative about Keir Starmer or any of the policies and the agendas that the Labour Party is trying to push, they will arrest you. They will your life up. They might not be able to get you on any charges, but they will have you in and out of court for 4 or 5 years. They will bankrupt you. They know they'll never get you into prison, but they'll fuck you up. Your life is destroyed. So very, very few Brits are willing to go on the internet and talk about what's really happening in the UK because you're dead. You will be arrested. You will actually be arrested. 12,000 people were arrested last year. 12,000 people were arrested last year for social media posts in the UK. You think someone in the UK mainland can just go ahead and make a channel based on exposing the lies of the Labour government? It's not gonna happen. You will, okay. So you go online, okay? You're like, I'm gonna be a content creator. I know all about the truth of the Labour government. I know all the seedy lies that they have. I'm gonna expose it all. I'm gonna try and, you know, grow an audience of people who are against the British government. Okay, let's go. You get 3 videos in. Your 4th video goes insanely viral because you're the only one saying stuff like this. This video goes viral. It shows up on the feed of one of the MPs from UK Parliament. Next thing you know, you're fucking arrested. Game over. Channel deleted. Phones seized. Computers seized. Confiscated. Could be in the morning, middle of the night. Could be when you're putting your kids to bed. When you have to go pick them up from school. When you have to go to work. They will come get you. They'll come get you and they'll put you in a car. And then legal fees. Forever. That is the UK. That's England. The only reason why I'm able to say what I'm saying, and not because people have been like, how have you been criticizing Keir Starmer and you've not been arrested? Like, what is going on there? It's a company called Prevent. It's Prevent. They do it. Prevent is an anti-terrorist task force delineation of anti-terrorist police force. So that's what Prevent is. Prevent are the ones who are responsible for arresting people. Prevent get a complaint, and then Prevent show up at your door. Here's the thing. I live in Northern Ireland. Prevent does not operate in Northern Ireland. Even though I live in the UK, and Northern Ireland is part of the UK, Prevent do not operate here for one very funny reason. And it's because of the IRA, who the mainland UK would technically classify as domestic terrorists. So if Prevent were operating in Northern Ireland, they would then have to start arresting members of the IRA, which, considering how much the IRA bombed England, pretty sure during the 70s and 80s, England does not want to piss them off. England does not want to overextend by arresting and imprisoning members of the IRA and potentially smacking a hornet's nest with a baseball bat. So Prevent do not operate here. The only thing that operates here in the UK that will put you in prison for social media posts are domestic terrorist things linked to IRA. This is also why Britain does not update Irish laws. Yeah. So the UK, almost all of our laws are antiquated. They're entirely out of date. Super, super out of date. And then for about a year and a half, we didn't even have our own operating government. We were just taking whatever was coming out of Parliament and just applying that if it needs to be. You come here, there's a shit ton that's just out of date. The UK, like Northern Ireland stopped being updated like 30 years ago. If you want a quick example of how fucking out of date, how fucked up Northern Ireland is, because like the England will not touch this place. They were meant to build 16,000 homes in Northern Ireland. They quickly realized they can't do that because the sewage and gas pipeline systems that run throughout the entirety of Northern Ireland are out of date by like 50 fucking years. So all these new houses they plan to build, they can't, because all the sewage pipelines are out of date. And there's no company big enough that will come over here to fix it. So Northern Ireland is kind of like this entirely, it's like Cuba. It's like Cuba. It's like this entirely untouched time capsule where they sort of make their money through tourism because of the Titanic and Game of Thrones. And then they put that money back into the city in the way of hotels. You just make more hotels. Like you come to Northern Ireland and all of the local shopfront areas, all the high streets and shit, they're shuttered. All of them. There is not a shop open to be found. Even our malls are closing. Even our malls are falling apart. They're closed down. So all of the like the local high street stores that are like family owned, they're all closed down. They're all shuttered because malls came in. You had like these gigantic fucking malls, and they would basically destroy the local economy, and everyone would go there to these chain stores and these malls. And then the malls were closing down because the stores that were in there were fucking shit and were not being updated. And on top of that, because Northern Ireland exists in such a fucking state of poverty, the average income for Northern Ireland is fucking atrocious. It's so low. The average income for Northern Ireland is like, it's so fucking poor. So no one can buy anything. So whenever Shein came out and Amazon, everyone from here started buying their clothes and their stuff from Shein and Amazon because it was infinitely cheaper. So then that destroyed all the local malls. So you have no more high street stores. None. The only ones that exist are in the center, like the very center of the city, like a small ring in the center of the city. That's the only place they exist. And then you got all these stores in west and east that are fucking closed down. It's like, it's just streets of shutters. It's fucking nuts. It's like super depressing. Here, let me see if I can show you an example. The median annual earnings for full-time employees in Northern Ireland was approximately 37,000. Top 10% earns about 67,000. And I bet you that's being inflated. There we go. Household income. Gross disposable income, 20,000. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, that 39,000. It's actually, yeah, that's actually way higher than I thought it was going to be. But that's because of the hotel owners that live here. Yeah, so that 39,000, that is absolutely not the general average of the general people here. That's being inflated by the amount of millionaires that live in Northern Ireland because of things like tourism. There's like hotel owners here that earn fucking millions. But yeah, let me show you something. Hang on. This is a street in East Belfast. Yeah, the only fucking place that's still open is the betting shop where you go to gamble. It's the only place that's still open. You got the pub is open, the gambling place is open, all these local shops here, they're all closed. This is the main road that goes through East Belfast. Look at this. This is the main road that goes through East. This is like the central, so all of the This is like a huge residential area back here, and people used to come all like to here to go shopping. You'd have all these all these fucking shops here. You know, look, family butchers, a dog grooming. Yeah. So yeah, look at this. The only place that's open is a fucking vape shop and a gambling shop, and everything else is fucking closed. You want an idea how much of a fucking shithole Belfast City is? Have a look here. Look at this. All these family-owned stores here, all these family-owned stores, closed down. Only place that's open is a fucking vape store and a place where you place bets on horse races and a bar. That's it. And I used to live near this place. Look at this. You go further up, all closed. This was like a second-hand store here. Thrift store, closed. More closed. More shutters, more closed. Boutique, closed. Kids Corner, closed. These ones are open up here, but mainly because it's fucking sectarian flags. And a baby shop where everything's like fucking secondhand and smells like rat piss. You go further here, look at this. Not only closed, but also dilapidated. You couldn't even get another fucking shop in there. And this here, over, where is it? This here, this whole thing here. This is the mall in Northern Ireland that destroyed this entire main street here. This mall over here, this one. That's Conswater. Conswater, look, again, look, fucking closed, all closed. Go down here. There it is. There's the Conswater Mall. This is the fucking behemoth that's responsible for destroying that entire fucking main street. And this is now abandoned, by the way. This is an abandoned building now. This was destroyed. So this entire residential area has fucking nothing. Because everyone here just buys their shit from Shein. Shein and Amazon deliveries. This is closed down. This is a gigantic fucking abandoned building now. It's closed down. Maybe some places here are still open, but apart from that, yeah, everything in East Belfast is a complete fucking dilapidated shithole.